Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. It's time for yet another Paizo preview. This time, we're going to be taking a look to see what's hitting stores in February 2025. Should point out, there are actually 3 physical releases hitting in early February, and one of them I don't have. So we do have the remaster hardcover of Guns and Gears for Pathfinder. I don't have that. I do have the PDF. So I did receive the PDF for the new remaster. I have the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Guns and Gears. Probably not that huge a deal that I'm not going to be able to show you the new remaster edition. But we are going to be taking a peek at the other 2 items, which are actually in this shipping envelope. So let's dig on in here. So we should have the Flip-Mat Ballroom and then the second chapter in the current Pathfinder Adventure Path. So here we've got the Flip-Mat Ballroom and then the second chapter of Spore War, the Secret of Deathstalk Tower. So first up, we are actually going to be taking a peek at the Flip-Mat Ballroom, which carries an MSRP of $19.99, or you can grab the PDF for $9.99. Let's dive on in and take a peek. So, of course, this is a single dual-sided flip mat. And as I always point out when we're taking a look at these flip mats and flip tiles, if you happen to play skirmish level miniatures, fantasy, science fiction, whatever, these actually work very, very nicely for those. And of course, these flip mats are treated so you can use wet, dry, and permanent markers, which of course will come right off of these flip mats. So here we've got the first side of the ballroom. It's like we've got a dancing unicorn right there. Let's give you a peek at this. And then on the other side, looks like this would be more in a tavern or a feast hall, probably. That's probably a better guess, it being a feast hall. All right, there we go. So that is the Flip-Mat Ballroom for Pathfinder. Next up, we are going to take a look at the Pathfinder Adventure Path number 211, The Secret of Deathstalk Tower. This is part 2 of the 3-part Spore War Adventure Path. It's written by James Jacobs with Linda Zayas Palmer and Aofi Esther. I do apologize. I've probably mispronounced at least one of those names. This softcover carries an MSRP of $29.99. You can grab just the PDF for $19.99. So Sammy Uhas has been reviewing this adventure path. So if you are curious about the first chapter, by all means, swing on over to thegaminggang.com to check out her written review. She will also have a review of the Secret of Deathstalk Tower in the very near future. Let's take a peek at the back here. Behind enemy lines, the elven nation of Keonan is under attack as armies of demonic fiends, corrupted fae, supernatural fungal monstrosities, and more march from the blighted swampland of Tanglebriar. It falls to a band of heroes to undertake a series of dangerous missions before a devastating secret weapon can be created. The Spore War Adventure Path continues with The Secret of Deathstalk Tower, a complete adventure for 14th to 17th level characters. All right. It's important to note that our friends over at Paizo Inc. were kind enough to provide us with these review copies. But neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this coverage with you. These days, it's very important you know that. So this is an adventure. So if you are a player and your game master is running Spore War or they're talking about running it, by all means, you have been warned. There are going to be some spoilers, even though I'm just cracking this open for the first time. Obviously enough, as we page through, we're going to run across stuff that's going to ruin some surprises of this adventure. So it does look like we have got 3 chapters. Information about Tree Raiser, Corruptors of Nature, and then our adventure toolbox. So we will just take a look at some of the synopses for each of these chapters here. Obviously enough, we're not going to look at each and every page of the adventure, but we want to take a peek inside, see what we've got. So the adventurers started off as these delegates who have now been drawn into this simmering war, or actually the war has kicked off in the first chapter. So here we've got the putrid and the vile. The city of Green Gold has suffered a devastating disaster. The player character's quick actions during the previous adventure prevented an even more destructive fungal explosion from taking place, though in either case, the event proved a much-needed warning to Keonan's government. Tree Raiser has spent centuries seeding heretofore unguessed-at dangers through the nation's soil. Other Jaharu spores and fungal networks exist throughout Keonan, and while their magical wards make them difficult to discover, the nation now knows of their existence. Looks like there's going to be a visit from the Queen. So it says, War Interlude 1, the loss of River Spire. So the town of River Spire has fallen. An army of demons and fungal creatures attacked late at night, seeking to slaughter all who dwelled within it and expand Tanglebriar's borders further to the northwest. So we are going to be tracking triumph points in this adventure path. Just kind of flip it on through here. So it looks like this might be a period of some preparation for the player characters before they head on out to take the battle to the enemy, where demons tread. Even without confirmation of Tree Raiser's influence far beyond the borders of Tanglebriar in Fangwood, it's only a matter of time before Keonan sends a strike force into the depths of the nascent Demon Lord's domain. As some of the most capable heroes in Keonan, the PCs are the obvious choice, and as this chapter begins, they once again find themselves in an audience with Queen Talandia. There you have it. They are going to strike at the demon, or at least the forces of the demon. They're probably not going to encounter Tree Raiser until probably the 3rd chapter. Although it's possible maybe they run into him in the 2nd chapter, get defeated. Maybe they have to flee so that there's a big battle with the big bad at the end of the final chapter to this adventure path. Looks like we've got some NPCs there. Then our 3rd chapter, Spores of Sin. Rumors of a powerful high priestess serving as the spiritual leader of Tree Raiser's army begin to spread not long after the attacks begin. But apart from her being referred to as the Spore Queen, very little information exists about this mysterious figure. Still, as the war proceeds, it's become obvious that this Spore Queen is possibly the most important element of Tree Raiser's army. Not the most powerful, perhaps, but the most influential. Her defeat would certainly tip the war in Keonan's favor. So it looks like the player characters are going to try to track that agent down. Try to throw a wrench into the plans of Tree Raiser. Some pretty cool artwork throughout. This is kind of wild. It is a grunch. Or maybe that's its name. That's very well. Very nice. Very nice. It's like this is a pretty long chapter, too. There we go. There's the Spore Queen. She's actually on the cover of this adventure, too. And then we get a section here concluding the adventure. Then we're going to get into more information about the big bad of this adventure path, and that is Tree Raiser. So it looks like we've got some new spells. That's pretty wild. And some new items, some treasures. So we're into the adventure toolbox here. And of course, we should have the stat blocks for the Spore Queen, and it appears an NPC that's probably going to ally with the characters, it looks like. It's like an Elven Ranger, possibly. There we go. There's the Spore Queen. Ta-da. All right. And then, of course, next month, we've got a lot coming out from Paizo Inc. We've got the conclusion to this adventure path, A Voice in the Blight, I think it's called. We'll also have a complete standalone adventure book. I want to say it's got 3 adventures in it that are all tied together. So we'll have an adventure campaign in that. We've got the Pathfinder NPC core, which is eagerly anticipated, as well as a new Lost Omens book. So lots to look forward to next month from Paizo Inc., including, I believe, also a couple of flip mats, one for Pathfinder and one for Starfinder. But this month, pretty quiet. We had the Ballroom Flip-Mat and the Secret of Deathstalk Tower. Keep in mind, both the Flip-Mat and the adventure arrive in stores on February 5th. All right, that's it for this time out. If you liked the video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I share videos such as this Paizo preview, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit gaminggang.com for all latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you are not going to find here on YouTube. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for watching. And until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.